welcome back to my channel. My name is April if this is your first time here, and if you've been here before, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing, trying on, first impressions, thoughts on the new MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix Foundation. This is claimed to be more of a matte stick foundation, which is kind of newer to me. So if you want to see my thoughts on this foundation, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to just start off with skincare. I've already applied my MAC Life Will See Vibrancy Eye Cream to my eyes. I already did that, but next I'm going to apply my MAC Oil Control Lotion. I put some on earlier, but I just feel like my skin is super dry and I feel like my skin started peeling. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of that on. So next I'm gonna go in with my Milk Makeup Hydro Gripping Primer. And I take about a pump of that and I rub that in. So after I've applied that, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Prep and Prime. What is this? My Pore Refiner Stick. And I'm just gonna take that right in here on my face, because I feel like my pores look very visible, whereas this helps to kind of blur that area so they're not so standouty. So final step before we actually put the foundation on, I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way powder. This is just a translucent one. And I'm going to just press that onto my face. And the reason I'm using powder to set the primer is that it just keeps me matte a little bit longer, you know? I'm normally oily, so I hate like having to blot every couple minutes, so this actually helps. But I probably don't know if I should have done this because, like I said, my skin is peeling and I'm kind of dry, so probably shouldn't have done it, but it's already on. Okay, so now let's get into the foundation. MAC released their Studio Fix Stick Foundation, and this retails for $31. And this is supposed to be a 24-hour wear, but even though it's stick, it's supposed to have more of a matte finish, which, as you know, most stick foundations do have a creamy, more emollient finish to the foundation. So we're going to put this to the test. I'm going to be in the shade NC50. I am actually more of an NC47 in matte foundation. However, they didn't make an NC47 in the stick, so I didn't want to mix 45 and 50. So I decided to just go darker, and then I'll highlight as needed to bring my skin back to the color it is. So as I'm putting it on, I feel like it is like dragging, because it does have that more dry finish, matte finish to the skin, whereas usually with a cream or a stick foundation, it is going to be more wet kind of, so it glides on a little bit better. Also, it could be because I've matted my face down with the powder. So I'm just taking a little bit of Fix Plus onto my brush, and this is just a round top blender brush from Luxie. I don't even know, like whatever. And I'm just kind of pressing that in to blend out the foundation. Now when I do my stick foundations, I always use a brush. Normally I use a beauty blender with just my liquids, because I feel like a beauty blender with stick foundation, sometimes it doesn't blend the product out that well. So this claims to be a more medium to buildable full coverage. So this is the first layer. I am gonna put a second layer on. Okay, so this is just the foundation alone. I haven't put on any concealer or anything. I see that it is clearly darker than my skin tone. See right here, my chest and my neck is a little lighter than my face, which is fine. Like, I can correct that, no problem. But my thoughts on the texture, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It does feel very lightweight onto the skin. It did take me 2 layers to actually get it to the coverage that I want. And I felt like with the brush, it was easy for me to blend out. So far, I think my skin looks good. I think that it covers very evenly. I don't have any like blotchy spots, patches, whatever. I don't have any blotchy areas on my skin. So I'm going to move on to concealer now, and I'm just going to use my Morphe concealer. This is in the shade C3.55. I normally like to let my concealer dry down a bit before blending it out, but with this one I feel like it dries pretty quickly, so that I'm not like really dragging it across my face. I like to let this one blend out right away. So from here, I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and this is in the shade C6, and I'm just going to take that as usual and set this under my eye. If you've seen a couple of my videos already, you've seen that I usually take a Studio Fix powder and set my concealer before I go in and bake. And I just like to do this because I feel like it gives more of a smooth appearance to the under eyes, as well as when you go into bake, it doesn't like catch onto any dry areas that the concealer may produce. And next I'm going to use my Studio Fix powder again, and this is in the shade NC50. And I'm going to use this for the outer portions of my face. And I'm using this just to kind of set the rest of the foundation. So to bronze / contour, I'm going to use my Studio Fix powder again, and this is in the shade NC47. And I'm just going to use that on the outer part of my face. And just to deepen that a little bit, I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Mahogany. So next for baking, I'm going to go in with a new powder. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. This is her loose powder in the shade Banana. This is a big ass powder. Like, look at this powder compared to this powder. I mean, this one is like higher. And this one is like, is the ounces the same? No, this container is just huge. This one is 0.56 ounces. And this one is 0.9 ounces. This is just huge. Like, why is the container so big? I can appreciate that this doesn't have a scent to it, because with the Huda Beauty and even the Fenty, I like the smell of the Fenty powder, but it's still a scent. I can appreciate that this doesn't have a scent, and I like that it's very lightweight. Like, I don't feel like super heavy. And since I'm feeling more dry today, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off now. So for blush, I'm just going to go in with my Alamar Cosmetics blush palette. And I'm just going to use this shade and this shade. I'm going to mix them together and just use that and pop that on my cheeks. For a highlight, I'm going to use my NYX highlighter, and this is in the Born to Glow in the shade Warm Strobe. This is one of my favorite loose highlighters. So I'm going to dust off the rest of this loose powder. And right now, my skin looks really dry, like in a bad way. But I can't 100% like blame it on the foundation. Again, I was already feeling a little dry, and then I don't know why I decided to put that powder on my face to set the primer. I usually set my primer with powder just because of how oily I am, but this morning for some reason I'm super dry. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit of setting spray and kind of drench my face in it to bring some hydration back to it because I am so dry. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Okay, so that did help a lot. I still feel like I'm a little dry under my eyes, but overall, I feel like my skin looks a lot healthier than how it looked prior to me spraying this, because I was looking so dry, so just, yeah. Nah, I wasn't feeling it. Okay, so I'm gonna finish getting myself together and then I'm gonna come back and tell you my thoughts on the foundation. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I just wanted to come back with my final thoughts. Overall, the Studio Fix Stick Foundation is a really good foundation if you are more normal to oily. It does claim to have a matte finish, which it does. I don't know if, ironically, today of all days, my skin decides to be super dry. And I put all that powder on my face, like, I don't know why I did that, but I did put all that powder on my face, so that could contribute to me feeling so dry as well. It is less creamier than my ColourPop stick foundation and my Maybelline stick foundation. It is a lot more dry in texture and in movement on the skin. So if you are oily and you are looking for a more matte kind of finished stick foundation, you want to try something different, then I definitely recommend it. Again, it is $31, which is about around the same price of all the rest of their formulas from MAC Cosmetics. All their foundations range from either $30 to, at the highest, is $40. So it's in the same price point as all the rest of their foundations. I will go in and get matched because a lot of those in-between shades they don't have in the stick formula. Again, normally I'm an NC47. However, in this foundation, they do not make an NC47, so I had to choose NC50. I could have chose to do NC45 like in the center and then do NC50 around, but with stick foundations, I feel like that's just too much work for me. So I just rather just go with a darker shade and then highlight in the center and then work from there. And as you can see, like now, like it kind of blends. Before I looked red when I did the entire NC50 all over. Because I'm not NC50, it did look really red on me. However, now that I have a full face and I am completely finished, I feel like a match. I feel like I look okay. I don't feel like I look red or anything. So as far as the Anastasia powder, I did like it. I like that it had no scent. Finally a powder with no scent. I do feel like, again, because I was so dry today, that it did dry me out, but I really wanted to try it. And then I'm like, any other day I'm super oily. I'm oily AF, and then today I'm just dry. My skin, please. Anyway guys, that is my thoughts on this foundation. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware of when I've uploaded a video. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye.